Okay, y'all, so let's talk about it. Beyond the Gates episodes 47, 48, and 49. Oh my goodness. So this is the fallout after the big Ted, you have a daughter out here. Okay, reveal. So everybody is dealing with it in their own way. Of course, Nicole is like so brokenhearted. You know, she's like letting Ted, she told Ted, like, I can't trust you. Was our whole relationship alive? What else have you not told me? So Ted is staying at a hotel, okay? Nicole is, talking to her family and friends. They're trying to console her and stuff like that, but, she's going to need some time to deal with it. Even Eva came up to her um, to talk to her. Like, Eva came to pick up her stuff. She was like, what is you doing here? You know, um, Eva was like, I'm just getting my things, I'm going, or whatever. And then I think Kat came in the room when it happened. And, she ended up leaving. So Eva goes over to back to her house to where her mom is, Leslie. The fuck? Leslie done locked the door on her ass. Leslie got her motherfucking bags packed for her at the door. Okay. Leslie is like, you chose Ted over me. You chose to stop me from telling everybody, but it didn't work. I exposed it anyway. So Eva don't have nowhere to go. So she goes over to Ted, and Ted is upset, because he's like, you could have had told us, all this time. But, he's starting to accept the fact that he has a daughter, and things like that. So I kind of like feel for that whole family because I just feel like, anybody in that situation, like, it's just a process. They're going to have to do a lot of healing in this situation. But yeah, I got really invested in the characters during this point in time, especially Ted, Nicole, Leslie. Well, not really Leslie, but kind of Leslie. I like Leslie character too. Um, Definitely Eva. Definitely Kat. Okay, so what's going on is that not Eva, but Leslie don't want the Dupree family to abandon Eva. They want them to accept Eva with open arms. Now, what came out is that Bill actually helped Ted threaten Leslie, okay, and pay Leslie off to leave while she was pregnant with Eva. So Danny gets all upset and emotional. She start confronting motherfuckers, okay? Danny goes over to Bill and she's like, so why is you helping my brother-in-law, get rid of her side piece and the baby. Like, she upset with Bill. She upset with the wrong damn person. Like, okay, Bill helped him, but girl, you just want to go over there and have something to say to Bill. Like, leave Bill ass alone, okay? He was that muscle. He fixed shit, okay? Like, if something went down, they knew who to call, okay? So she would stay out of Bill's face with all that mess. And Bill was like, well, your family ain't had no problem with calling me every time they needed something fixed. You feel me? So, yeah, so she just going off. Then she went over to Ted and fussed Ted out, talk about, you know, he is no good, this and that, blase blah. Like, I'm saying all the things that my sister won't say because she's so nice and this and that. Like, Danny, girl, like, your whole marriage just blew up in your face. So why is you worried about other people's marriage? I know that it hurts you to see your sister like that, but you need to be consoling your sister. But on back to that, like, she did something nice for her sister. She got her sister her favorite childhood stuffed animal and got her some little things or whatever to help her make her feel better, and then had a conversation with her. Now, Danny was kind of like defending Ted a little bit, like saying like how they was perfect for each other and he made a mistake. But Nicole don't want to hear that. She's like, I don't want to hear that. You know, he did what he did. He should have had told me. You know, we could have had worked it out or whatever. And that was one of the things that Ted said. He was like, well, if I would have told you, you know, you would have had left me. Like, we wouldn't be where we are today. But Nicole was like, well, you don't know that. You should have just let me know. And I kind of understand where she's coming from, because it's like, you know, give her the decision to make the decision on her own. You know, don't just be making decisions for people and thinking that it's the best thing for them, when in actuality it may not be. So that was pretty much all the important shit that came out of the whole situation. Yeah, so ain't nothing else really going down, but that was just pretty much the important stuff that happened in all the episodes. Just the fallout of, you know, the backlash of the whole situation. So Eva's trying to find her place. Leslie is toasting it up and happy because she finally got her revenge on Ted. Okay, and she's still planning more revenge on people. And yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on. Kat is not really talking to her dad. Martin though was really upset. But he talked to Smitty, and the reason why Martin was really upset is because he put his dad on a high pedestal. Like, both him and Kat put their father on a high pedestal. Like, Ted is supposed to be this miracle, like, perfect person, and together him and Nicole was supposed to have this perfect relationship, you know, like that. So it's like, it really did hurt Martin, you know, the fact that he used to defend his father over other kids. Like, other kids used to say, like, oh, my dad is this, my dad is that. He'd be like, no, my father is the best. Like, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? And it just hurt him that he had to, you know, see that side of his dad, you know. And then on top of that, his dad was bringing him along to go see the woman, you know, when he was a child. And he remembers that. So he's kind of like still hurt from that. So he goes over to his dad because he has a conversation with him and lets his father know, like, he's really hurt by what he had done, you know, to him and to their family now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And the therapist is the one that all this happened to. So she can't counsel everybody. She's trying to get her own mind, you know, back on track. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens in the next episode, y'all. But let's talk about it.